Hello, hello, my besties. Welcome back. Today we are doing USA food versus Australian food. And every single round, you have to pick a side. Here are the rules before we get into it. For each pair, you pick either USA or Australia. No both, no skipping, no, I can't decide. One clear choice every time. Keep track of your score, and at the very end, drop your winning country in the comments. All right, let the food battle begin. BLT sandwich versus Vegemite toast. BLT sandwich. Philly cheesesteak versus Aussie meat pie. Aussie meat pie. Barbecue ribs versus grilled lamb chops. Barbecue ribs. Chicken versus chicken Parma. Chicken. Tater tots versus potato scallop. Tater tots. Cheesecake versus Pavlova. Pavlova. Chicken pot pie versus steak and kidney pie. Chicken pot pie. Chocolate chip cookies versus Tams. Tams. Clam chowder versus pumpkin soup. Clam chowder. Corn dog versus Dagward dog. Corn dog. Biscuits and gravy versus fairy bread. Biscuits and gravy. Bagel with cream cheese versus Vegemite and cheese scroll. Bagel with cream cheese. Potato salad versus beetroot salad. Potato salad. Pecan pie versus lamington. Lamington. Root beer versus lemon squash. Root beer. Donuts versus jam donut. Jam donut. Pulled pork sandwich versus barramundi burger. Pulled pork sandwich. Grilled cheese sandwich versus toasted cheese and tomato sandwich. Grilled cheese sandwich. Snow cone versus rainbow paddle pop. Rainbow paddle pop. Banana split versus golden gay time ice cream. Golden gay time ice cream. Macaroni and cheese versus macaroni and cheese pie. Macaroni and cheese. Lobster roll versus Moreton Bay bug roll. Lobster roll. Cupcakes versus caramel slice. Caramel slice. Pancakes versus pikelet with jam and cream. Pancakes. Onion rings versus calamari rings. Calamari rings. S'mores versus marshmallow on a stick over campfire. S'mores. Hot dog versus sausage sizzle and bread. Sausage sizzle and bread. Meatloaf versus rissoles. Rissoles. Buffalo wings versus salt and pepper squid. Buffalo wings. Cornbread versus damper bread. Cornbread. Cheeseburger versus Aussie burger with the lot. Aussie burger with the lot. Beef jerky versus kangaroo jerky. Beef jerky. Waffles versus crumpets with butter and honey. Crumpets with butter and honey. Brownies versus hedgehog slice. Brownies. Hash browns versus avocado toast. Avocado toast. Apple pie versus vanilla slice. Apple pie. Milkshake versus chocolate milk with Milo. Chocolate milk with Milo. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich versus peanut butter and Vegemite sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Cotton candy versus fairy floss. Fairy floss. Fudge versus coconut ice. Fudge. Sloppy Joe versus Sangers on the Barbie. Sangers on the Barbie. Clam dip with chips versus smoked salmon dip with crackers. Clam dip with chips. Sweet iced tea versus iced coffee. Iced coffee. Thanksgiving turkey versus Christmas Day roast lamb. Christmas Day roast lamb. Deep dish pizza versus meat lovers pizza with egg on top. Deep dish pizza. USA 24 wins, Australia 21 wins. Overall winner, USA. And that is it for today, besties. 45 rounds and 2 incredible food cultures.